Okay, let me welcome you guys to the Thai Literature and Thai Society course. It is my first time for this online course in Thai study subject, and due to the coronavirus spreading and the COVID-19, we have to change the methodology of teaching into the online courses. So after finish watching this video clip, I will give you some tasks and practice in order to check that you have already access to this video clip on YouTube. Let's move on. The first thing we have to do is to understand literature and its definitions. What is literature? Can it be a unique aesthetic quality works? Or the text stood the test of time? It means that its values are timeless, or the works with the imagination, or we call it creative writing, or the work with a particular set of qualities, such as the written work with a plot, a character, tone, and setting, or the works that emphasize universal themes, such as it can transcend the merely social phenomenon or political situation of each period, or the works that fit the parameters of literary genres, such as it can be a poem, a short story, or a novel, or in the broadest meaning, can it be anything that is written in this world? Let's move to Rebecca West's definition. She is a British author, a journalist, and literary critic. She defined literature as literature must be an analysis of experience and a synthesis of the findings into a unity. It means that literature is the experience of the author in some societies, some periods. So at this point, you see the relation between Thai literature and Thai society. Because Thai literature, of course, it is an analysis of experience and a synthesis of the findings of the authors or the writers of that period. How the text or the literature are important to us, the reader. First of all, the author or the writer imitate or copy the world surrounded them and put this kind of imitation to the text they wrote, and afterwards when we, the reader, read the text, we can understand the world surrounded the author. For example, if we want to know Thai people in Sukhothai era, we can study from the literary works written in Sukhothai era in order to understand the cultural and social milieus at that time. So, we need to study literature to understand its structure, its context, historical, social, and economic, to understand its contents and to understand its impact on readers. In Thai society, we call literature for almost three words. The first one, หนังสือ, it means a general written work. The second, วรรณคดี, are words for a refined written work used in specific and general meaning. And the third, วรรณกรรม, literary works in written or oral tradition, used in general meaning. So, at this point, please remember that Wrna Kadi has a specific meaning because it has to be a refined written work. We call it Wrna Kadi, but a general written work published in a book market, we call it หนังสือ We can differentiate Thai literary works into broad two types. The first one we call it prose writing or ร้อยแก้ว and the next one we call it poetry or ร้อยกรอง You will see the difference between ร้อยแก้ว and ร้อยกรอง The difference between prose writing and poetry writing are prose writing, a written language in its ordinary form, in the descriptive style to describe who, what, when, where, and how. But for poetry, you have to focus on its metrical form, and most of them were used for sung, chant, spoken, or written according to its pattern of recurrence. For poetry, you will see the relation between the vowels, the alphabets, the same sounds, the relation between the lines. For this slide, you will see the comparison between the prose writing and poetry. On the left side, to show you the prose writing, you will see the 3 paragraphs and the description of something, while on the other side, in poetry writing, you will see the relation between the sound. I will show you the first one. We call it โคลง Let's see. For โคลง you will see the relation between this line and these 2 lines, and I will read and pronounce it for you. Hit, จิต and then kid. You will see hit, จิต kid have the same sound, the same vowel sound, while between these 2 lines, แจ้ง and แกล้ง is also the same sound. Next, ใหม่ die, the same sound. Turn, เพลิน same sound. จาน การ คุณ รุน คุณ เลิศ เสริฐ คม ชม the same sound related together. Examples of Thai poetic prosody. We divide or differentiate Thai poetries into 4 types. The first one we call it โคลง the next ฉัน the next กาบ and the last one กลอน You see that the different patterns, the different metrical form, it means different type of poetry. If you want to compose โคลง you have to follow this pattern strictly. If you want to compose ฉัน let's follow this pattern between the lines. And if you want to compose กาบ follow this relation, the pattern. And if you want to compose กลอน you have to follow this pattern strictly. In order to show you one type of Thai poetry, โคลง 4. โคลง 4 in Thai we call it โคลง 4 สุภาพ I will show you in English the โคลง 4 in English, and I want you guys to see the pattern, the metrical form, and the relation between sound. Shall I lift thee with the sky? Indra would sweep thee high above. Live with the earth, why? Nay, nay. Earth's lords, oh my love, would thee see those, and you see the relations of the sound between sky and then high and then wide, and the relation between this one. You will see above, and then it's related with love, because the author follow the pattern of this clone for verification pattern. Let's move to our next part of Thai literature and society. We need to understand the periods of Thai society first. From pre-modern to modern Thai society. The first part, we will study about the pre-modern Thai society. We will study its economic, social, and political changes in Thailand from the pre-Sukhothai period to the early Bangkok period. And the next part, the modern Thai society. We will study economic, social, political changes in Thailand from the early westernized Bangkok to the present time. Thai literature in the pre-modern situation. We can call it the classical period. Sometimes we call it before Bangkok era, until the early Bangkok pre-westernization. The next part, we will study Thai literature in modern period. And after modern period, we call it post-westernized Bangkok period. Let's move on. Classical or pre-modern Thai society. The era of Sukhothai and the era of Ayutthaya. Let's see from the left side first. Pre-Sukhothai until Sukhothai era, around 1238 till 1377. At that time, Thai literature dominated by the oral tradition. It means that we transfer the literary works by telling to another person, from one person transferring to another person. In the year 1283, King Ramkhamhaeng inscription was created, and it is the first time of Thai alphabets appearing. The purpose of his inscription is to glorify institutions, especially the monarchy and the religions, of course Buddhism, and to teach and instill values and ideology to his own citizen. He teach his own citizen how to behave, how to be a good citizen of Sukhothai kingdom. The right side, Ayutthaya period, 1350 till 1767. The chunks of Ayutthaya period was poetry, as dominated from a royal literature, or we call it court literature, and the creative expressions. Ayutthaya literature emphasized on the aesthetics of verse form and aroused the imagery in the reader's mind. Most of Ayutthaya literature were music of poetry because of the relation of the sound, the pattern, the metrical form of the poetry. The producer and the consumer in Ayutthaya period were the court. The king was nominated as the patron of literature and arts. The subject matter and the contents of Ayutthaya periods included India epics such as Ramayana, Mahabharata, Jataka tales or Nitan Chadok, the previous lives of Lord Buddha, fantasy tales of magical kings and princes in exotic lands, and the chants of travelers, the memorizing or the memory of traveling from one place to another place. For Sukhothai literature, I will provide you two works of Sukhothai eras, and I want you guys to remember to focus on only these two works. The first one, King Ram Khamhaeng inscription, to inscribe on the stone about his own autobiography, his family, and his Sukhothai kingdom. The next one, Traiphumikatha. Traiphumikatha was about the imagery of hell and heaven in order to make people fear of doing bad things and have the imagery of the hell and the heaven clearly. Noted, Sukhothai authors were both kings and philosophers. King Ram Khamhaeng inscription. The significance of King Ram Khamhaeng inscription. It was the first piece of written work in Thai script. It contained King Ram Khamhaeng's biography, his life and works, the description of Sukhothai social condition, the description of Sukhothai landscape, its governance, its laws, its religions and traits. Because at that time, King Ram Khamhaeng governed and reunited all shattered small kingdoms together as Sukhothai kingdom. And at that time, he governed as พ่อปกครองโลก. It means father, nurture, or taking care of his own son. Because this kind of governance means that he himself, King Ram Khamhaeng, as a father, and all the citizens are his children. And the traits at that time in Sukhothai era, we had free trade system because พ่อขุนรามคำแหง or King Ram Khamhaeng himself allowed his own citizen to trade anything to each other and to trade anything for the outsider. And the religious, because King Ram Khamhaeng believed in Buddhism and he believed in karma and what we did in our life affected our afterlife, so he tried hard to teach his citizens of being a good person, and it will destine your good life when you met with your afterlife. This is King Ram Khamhaeng inscription image. You see the Thai alphabet. We call it Lai Sử Thai, the first piece of written works in Thai script, and Lai Sử Thai was created by King Ram Khamhaeng from Khmer alphabet mixed with Lao. Let's move on. This is a part of King Ram Khamhaeng inscription in modern Thai script, and I will read for you. For the first line, พ่อกูชื่อศรีอินทราทิตแม่กูชื่อนางเสืองพี่กูชื่อบานเมืองตู่พี่น้องท้องเดียว5 คนผู้ชาย3ผู้หญิง2พี่เผื่อผู้อ้ายตายเผื่อเตรียมแต่ยังเล็กเมื่อกูขึ้นใหญ่ได้19เข้าขุนสามชนเจ้าเมืองชอดมาถ่อเมืองตาก Like I said, King Ram Khamhaeng's stone inscription is his own autobiography. For the first line, King Ram Khamhaeng described his family member and introduced his father named Sri Intaratit and his mother named Seung, and he recommended every of his family member. And afterwards, he tells us how he became a king after his father's death and how he governed Sukhothai kingdom. He even told us on the inscription that Sukhothai kingdom was very fruitful kingdom. There were plenty of fish in the river. There were plenty of rice in the fields, and he also showed us the free trading in the lines ใครใครขาช้างขาใครใครขาม้าขา It means that every Sukhothai citizen who want to sell a horse you can, who want to sell an elephant you also can. So this kind of stone inscription was very important because of its contain the Sukhothai social phenomenons and Sukhothai environmental milieux at that time. King Ramkhamhaeng stone inscription was certified by the UNESCO on the memory of the World International Register on 2003. Because of what? Because of, let's see, what I highlight for you in the red alphabets. Because it's the first Thai language scripts and it reflects universal values shared by many states in the world today. Those values include good governance, the rule of law, economic freedom, and religious morality. Because King Ramkhamhaeng tried hard to teach his citizens to behave good due to Buddhism morality. The next work of Sukhothai era, I want to recommend you Traiphumikatha. The importance of Traiphumikatha is that it is kinds of Buddhism and Thai cosmology. Cosmology is what? It means the Thai concept of the universe. Traiphumikatha gives us the imagery of the heaven and the hell, and we can imagine about our afterlife. Let's see. Traiphumikatha significance. It was written by Phaya Litai or King Mahathamaraja I in 13545. It was used to give a sermon to the king's mother and to make merit by distributing the knowledge to the people. Phaya Litai himself researched about Traiphumikatha himself, and its context was derived from over 30 sacred texts through his own research, and it was written in beautiful rhythmic prose and rich in allusions and imagery. Because of what? Because it have to provide us the clear image of the heaven and the clear image of the hell. So it use a lot of allusions and imageries. This is to show you the image of Phaya Litai or King Mahathamaraja I of his real statue in Thailand and the book cover of Thai cover book about Phaya Litai. The author of Traiphumikatha is regarded as the earliest Thai philosopher. Traiphumikatha contents it expounds the Buddhist philosophy focused on cosmology. It means the structure of the universe in Buddhist concept, and it teaches us about the ethics, the moralities, and the Buddhist faith. Traiphum actually means Trai means trees, and Bhumi or Bhum means rhymes or worlds. Three world means sensus rhyme, form rhymed, and the formless lines. And this work shows us the clear image of hell and heaven in order to control our behaving by using the Buddhist faith. And it also promote and support the king and the royal family status because it tells us about the legend of Phaya Mahachakkapatiraj, who was believed to be the first king of human being. And our king were descendants of this Phaya Mahachakkapatiraj, so he got the divine status, and it gives them the right to govern all of us. Traibhumikatha and the Buddhist cosmos. Let's see from the book cover on the right side. It's named Anthology of ASEAN Literature, the story of the three planes of existence. You will see that Traibhumikatha was a prototype of Buddhism